Hello there, fellow gamers. This is Chrolaw75. I'd like to thank you for tuning into my channel, Chrolaw75 Reviews. Now, when I was at work today, I was having a slow day. There wasn't a whole lot going on, and so I ended up letting my mind drift and wander. And I started thinking about video games, of all things. And one thing led to another in my thought process, and it occurred to me that I haven't rented a video game in probably about 10, 12 years. And I guess that's because now that I'm an adult, I have a small amount of disposable income. And if I'm interested in a game, I just buy it. You know, I don't bother renting. I'd rather own said game than have it for a couple of days and have to give it back. But when I was littler, we didn't have a whole lot of money, so what we ended up doing most of the time was renting our games from a local video rental place. And while I was thinking about that, it occurred to me, hey, you know what? I still remember the very first video game I rented. And though I'm not proud of it, it was a two-player game, and it sort of had to be because my brother and I, you know, we didn't want to really take turns playing games. We wanted to play simultaneously if at all possible. So, while we were going through the catalog of games at our local video rental place, we decided that we were going to rent WrestleMania. Now, we looked at the cover, we saw Hulk Hogan. We looked at the back, we saw, you know, Hulk Hogan, we saw Andre the Giant, we saw the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, we saw Macho Man Randy Savage, Bam Bam Bigelow, the Honky Tonk Man. You know, we're like, wow, this is cool. We can play together, we can wrestle. And we was real excited to rent that game. And I remember we got home, we put it in, it booted up, and you know, keep in mind, back then graphics aren't nowhere near as good as what we have now. But even so, and even being littler, I knew that I didn't like that game. It was overly complex. It wasn't a really good experience for me, but the fact that I remember it speaks volumes of my love for video games, I guess. So I was going to ask you, my viewers and friends and whoever else happens to be watching this, do you remember the very first video game you rented? Go ahead and leave a comment below and I'll take a look at it and I will comment. Promise. Got fun. Well, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you again soon.